Check out Starlight Voyager, a new fin can and rocket that I just designed. Printed out this beautiful metallic PETG, and it has a nice nose cone that I designed for it, complete with a robust shock cord retention there. And on the other end, I have motor retention, a screw-on retainer to retain your motor. Yeah, good stuff. It features a LOC Precision tube, super durable, will last many launches. I'm going to show you how I assemble this, but before I do that, we need to do a little bit of prep work. The fin can turned out absolutely fantastic. I printed this on my Creality K1C. I've had really good luck with the printer. It does a great job. I love this metallic filament that I used on here. I'll leave a link down in the description in case you want to try that. Okay, so let's take off these tree supports and find out how it really looks. After a little cleanup with a hobby knife, this is looking great. And I also printed the nose cone here. You can see I have a single color printer, but I stopped the print and changed to this metallic red filament here, which looks pretty sharp on there. And I have an attachment point for our shock cord. We'll come back to that in just a minute. So the next thing I want to do is start on the motor mount. This is what the motor mount adapter looks like here. Just a couple of rings, and it has a threaded retainer on here that works fantastic. This was not designed by me. This was designed by a guy that goes by the name of Frog Licker. He's on one of the 3D printing forums. I'll leave a link in the description. Remember, that's his name, not mine, okay? So anyways, we worked together on this. He did a great job on it. It really works well. And if you have any problems with it, like you melt the collar or anything like that, you can always just 3D print another one. So I'll take a look at how to assemble this. It only takes a few minutes. For glue, I'll be using the E6000 on the motor mount. You could also use this Gorilla Glue. The clear polyurethane glue works well for other parts of the rocket or the motor mount too. But the E6000 is kind of sticky, sets up fairly quickly, so I'm going to use that for this. This is a 29mm mount. But the rocket will also fly on a 24mm motor with an adapter. And you can order the adapters, or online sites have some that you can print too. I haven't tried them yet, but the adapters are fairly inexpensive if you purchase one. So I'm going to try this on an E35-5 first, or an F41, I'm not really sure. But it should fly really well on either one of those. Now, as far as the motor mount goes, we need to leave enough room for the retainer. And so what I did was I slipped a retainer on, and I drew a couple pencil marks where my ring goes so that I can see where the glue needs to go, and that way we can get it all glued on there properly. Now just a quick comment about the centering rings here. They have a bevel on this front edge so it goes into the airframe easily. Both of them have a bevel, and on the back where the Kevlar cord goes through, it is beveled where the cord passes through the centering ring on both of these. It just makes it a little easier to slip it into the airframe. Not really necessary. Even if you got it backwards, it would still go on there just fine, but it's just a nice little feature there to help you out. So okay, I'm going to go ahead and put some E6000 on it here. I'll get this glued up, and then we'll come back and talk about the shock cord. First, I sanded the motor mount tube to allow better adhesion, and if you have any interference fit, you can always peel this glassine layer off. It comes off pretty easily, and it'll give you more clearance if you need that. But in this case I did not. Everything fit great. So I used the E6000, and you don't really need a lot of glue or it just squeezes out all over. And a little tip about the E6000 is if you got some in the threads, wait about 45 minutes or so and you can get a hold of it and peel it out of there. But after that, after an hour or so, it really sticks and you can't get it off very well. But that's a little tip for you. So anyways, I passed this 550-pound cord through the top centering ring, the bottom, and then just tied it in a loop on the bottom and a knot. as you can see here. Now I'll probably take some super glue and put it on this knot to further secure it. It doesn't have a whole lot of stress, but this is 550-pound line here. It's a Kevlar kite string, and this is a 400-pound string. As you can see, there's a difference in the diameter of the two, and well, that's way more than strength than we need. I just like the extra insurance of having a durable cord in case it gets frayed, or if it gets right in front of the black powder charge, it can burn through a Kevlar cord. The airframe is made out of 54 millimeter airframe or 54 millimeter motor mount tube. It's the same tube, just one is sold in longer lengths than others. I painted it with this Duplicolor primer. It really works well. It's sandable primer and it covers well. You can use whatever you want, but I found this compatible with the paint that I preferred for this, and this is this Rust-Oleum Metallic Pearl Mist. It just turns out really beautiful. It's maybe a little hard to see on camera, but it has a nice sheen to it, kind of a pearl sheen to it, and it looks really great. It looks great with decals and stuff on it too, so that's what I chose for this kit. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some E6000 in here, or I could use the clear Gorilla Glue, either one. And I'm going to glue the airframe into the fin can. The fin can is glued up and it's looking great, along with the motor mount is assembled inside. I used some painter's tape on the front edge here, so if there's any glue squeeze out that comes out, it will contain that. And then in about an hour, half hour to an hour, I'll peel that off, and then any remaining glue will just pull off of there. It'll come out with a nice clean edge. And one tip I want to give you about using painter's tape on a freshly painted airframe is oftentimes I take it and put it on my shirt or on my jeans and kind of dull it a little bit, a few times like that, and that way it won't stick to your airframe so hard that it pulls the paint back off, which is a real bummer. Okay, so the next thing I did was, after that, I tied the Kevlar string to the nose cone, and I just used a regular knot. You can use your own favorite knot, and then I use a piece of electrical tape to finish it off and make it all nice and finished looking. Now that's it for the assembly. There's just one more thing to go, and that is we need something to guide it straight, and that is a launch lug. So I'll take this little piece, I'll glue it onto the airframe and make sure that it lines up with the lower guide and put it right about there. I'll leave the number on the screen about how far I put it out. Somewhere near the center of gravity is a good place to put it. Just make sure it's lined up. Use a little E6000 on that and you'll be good to go. Now all my models that I feature on here, I am going to flight test them before I publish them somewhere. So let's talk about publishing for just a minute. After I flight test the rocket and check it out, make sure everything works like I think it should, then I will post the files online. I haven't determined exactly where I'm going to post them, so just follow the channel and I'll let you know as soon as I determine that. And I don't have a flight of Starlight Voyager yet, but I do have a flight of this other rocket that I call Ion Drive, which has a really cool design in the fin there. Also features a retainer that screws on, similar to the last rocket there, and they work really well. So let's check out this flight.
2, 1.
Let's go on.
Go.
If you would like to support the channel, please use the links below for the Buy Me a Coffee or the YouTube Thanks button. And if you want to support the channel without spending any money at all, just use the affiliate links that are posted below in the description. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. We've got a lot more projects I'm working on. So stick with the channel. Just make sure you hit that bell button so you're notified of each video as it is released. Until then, wishing you blue skies, light winds. I'll see you soon.